Hi guys, and welcome back to Used and Reviewed. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Jelly Bean 4.1.1 update for the Samsung Galaxy S3 and some of the main features that have come out with this version. So as you can see, I'm currently using version 4.1.1 Jelly Bean, and this is an update that's been pushed out to a lot of the networks over the next few days, weeks and months. So first thing first, I do think it is a little bit snappier. This is obviously down to Project Butter, and in all honesty, some people said they haven't noticed an increase in speed. Personally, I think it's a little bit snappier. So great news. The other thing you'll notice from the home screen is the folders. Folders have been updated and they look a lot more aesthetically pleasing. If you remember, in Ice Cream Sandwich the folders were really drab, really terrible icons, and what I actually like is they actually clump all the icons together, and on tap of the folder button they all come up into the screen in kind of a 3D fashion. So really like that, good improvement. Next alteration is the notifications tab, and there's a few changes on here. Firstly, you'll note that you've got the time and date at the top of the screen, but you've also got the settings option there. And what they've actually done is they've replaced the driving mode with blocking mode. Now I'll talk about blocking mode in a few moments, but driving mode is no longer available here as a quick option, but blocking mode is. So if we go back to the main menu, I just wanted to show you there's a couple of extra options in the menu settings here. The first being set wallpaper, so there's a shortcut now to set your wallpaper for the home screen, lock screen, or both. And there's also a shortcut to add apps and widgets. It's a nice little feature there, just another way to obviously customize your device. So whilst we're on the subject of the settings menu, let's go into the settings and have a look in a bit more detail. A couple of things that have changed in here. The first that I wanted to show you is under Wi-Fi. It's quite a handy feature they've actually brought to the table here. Firstly, Wi-Fi apparently is actually picking up your network a lot quicker now than it did in Ice Cream Sandwich, so they've obviously improved on that. But if we go into the advanced menu and just have a look at some of the options here, they've actually added a Wi-Fi timer. Now I think this is a great little feature. What this will allow you to do is effectively turn on Wi-Fi during a period or turn it off during a period. So for example, if you go to bed at night, you're not going to be using your phone, you might want to turn off the Wi-Fi during the evening, and that's going to help save your battery overnight, as obviously Wi-Fi will still be trying to connect to a connection even if there is no network available. So it's a nice little feature, and it just means that you can turn off Wi-Fi when you're not actually using it. So if we go back to the settings menu, next we've got a number of options, but the one that I'm going to highlight is the home screen mode. Now in home screen mode you've got two options. You've got a basic mode and an easy mode. Not quite sure why it's called basic mode, because that's your standard user interface that you're used to, and the same as Ice Cream Sandwich and most Android phones. But you've also got an easy mode now, and the easy mode really is trying to simplify some of those options that are available and trying to simplify the user experience. So if we apply, I'll quickly show you what this means. So straight away you can see there's a change on the home screen, gone are all your icons, and in this particular one you've got a list of favorite contacts. So it's just trying to make the user experience easier. You can add a number of contacts here, and it's a short dial to those contacts that are available. Now if I just scroll to the next one, we have a favorite apps tab. So in here again, number of favorite apps, you can edit them. So you can remove the ones that you don't want to use, and you can also add apps. But again, it just, you know, big icons, makes it a little bit easier to use. Next one, we've got favorite settings. Again, on here you can't actually customize what appears on these icons, but it is some of the usual things such as font size, ringtone, wallpapers, volume, etc. And again, it's just about trying to help users use the device a lot more easily. And the final one we've got here is actually an alarm So we can shift that as well and put it on the same page, but I quite like that. So you've got easy access to your alarm, you can turn it on and off very quickly, and you can also change the details by selecting the alarm itself. So that's those options that are available on easy mode. Let's pop back to basic mode. Okay, and let's go back to settings. So the next option you'll see is blocking mode that I mentioned earlier on. Now blocking mode is quite a useful feature actually. What this will enable you to do is, if you turn on blocking mode, you can actually do a number of things and tell your device to stop, for example, taking incoming calls, to disable notifications, to turn the alarm off, or the LED indicator. So it's quite a useful little feature. So for example, you can turn off all incoming calls, and what I really like about this is you can tell it to stop all incoming calls always, so you will not get another call, it won't come through, or you can give it a specific time. So again, going back to that nighttime thing, you're going to bed, you might want to set a couple of these options and set it up so that when you go to bed it will stop actually taking incoming calls. Now what if there's an emergency, that type of thing, what you can do is you can select a number of allowed contacts. So you can add a number of contacts in there that it will bypass any of these options. So you might have, you know, parents, friends, close friends that you need in an emergency, and with these options available, you'll only receive incoming calls from those people, and likewise with notifications and that type of thing as well. I think the other useful thing here is that what it will mean is you can actually turn off incoming calls, for example, but you still want your alarm to come on, because you know, if you're going to put this on by the side of your bed, I'll get my words out eventually, you might want your alarm to come on in the morning as well. So really useful feature, and nicely implemented. So just a couple more features I just wanted to show you that I think are main improvements, and the next one is in the camera mode. Now what they've actually done is they've actually included a pause button for recording video. So if we go ahead and start recording, as you can see there is actually a pause button now, as well as a stop button. So that means you can pause your video, continue recording at a later date, and it will actually then include it all in one file, which is a great little feature actually, and I can see myself using that one. I think the final option I wanted to show you is the gallery. If we go to video, and it's around the pop-up. So we just play a video, the standard stock one that's in the phone. With the pop-up now, what you can actually do is we have the ability to not only obviously shift the pop-up, but we actually can resize it as well. So that's new in Jelly Bean. So that's a nice little feature. The only thing it doesn't do is allow you to, for example, use the pop-up for YouTube videos, for example, which I would find really useful. You know, you could be doing something else and have a YouTube video streaming. Unfortunately, you can't. In terms of turning it off, quick tap of the icon and the X button in the top right hand corner. Very simple to use again. So I think that pretty much wraps up the main features I want to show you in Jelly Bean. This should be rolling out to most networks now, so go ahead, download it. This is the official release, and it's not been flashed or anything like that separately. I hope you like the video. As usual, please give us a thumbs up, guys. Leave us a comment, let me know, is there any features you'd like to see in future versions of Android that iOS may have, or any other phone or operating system for that matter. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll see you all in the next video.